Hi, welcome to my channel, Math Made Easy with Laurel. I'm Laurel, and in this video we're going to talk about the Business Analyst Calculator, BAII Plus, and using it to find percent change as well as rate of change per time interval. When you're asked to do percent change questions such as this question, which says the price of an item increased from $150 to $250, what's the percent increase? We're going to use this function on our calculator, delta percent, and where you're going to find that is above number 5. So let's turn our calculator on, and in order to get that function, we go second 5. And what will pop up is the word old. It's looking for the old value or the original value. When you look at your question, 150 is the old value, and 250 is the new value. So we're going to enter 150. So press 150 and then make sure you press enter. Then to get to other values in this function, you use your arrow key. So press arrow and it says new. So let's type in 250 and enter. Now let's use our arrow key to get to percent change. We want the calculator to do the calculation, so we're going to press compute, this key right here, and the percent change is shown. If we want to do another question, make sure you clear the work. You can't simply clear the display, you have to clear the work. So in order to do that, press second function and clear work. Now it goes back to the default settings. And let's do one more example. This next example says the price of an item decreased from $550 to $420. What is the percent decrease? So again, old is what it was originally, so 550. The new price is 420. Let's enter those values. So the old value is 550. Enter. Scroll. New value is 420. Enter. Press your arrow key. Now let's calculate the percent change. Press CPT. Notice that the percent is a negative, and that's because it's a decrease. So the percent decrease is 23.636%, or you can say the percent change is negative 23.636. Again, let's clear this, and we can continue on with as many questions as we want. That is how you find percent change. Now we're going to take a look at finding the rate of change over time, or in other words, finding the percent change of a variable per time period. And we're going to use the same function, but there's going to be one change we make. Let's look at the example. It says the population of a city grew from 350,000 in 2010 to 425,000 in 2024. Calculate the annual percent growth of the population. So that's different than the previous examples. But let's start by getting into percent change. I'm just going to scroll through the values. We've talked about old. We scroll, then the other option is new. The next option is percent change. Now scroll one more time and you'll see number of periods. The previous examples, there was only one time period. We were only finding the percent change over one time period. In this question, we're finding the annual percent growth, so over 14 time periods. So we're going to need to change that number. But let's start at the beginning. The old value, the original population is 350,000. Enter. Scroll. The new population is 425,000. Enter. Scroll. We don't want to calculate that yet because we need to change the number of periods. So let's scroll again. Let's put in 14. Enter. And now we can go back to percent change and compute. So that will be the annual percent growth of the population, 1.3965. Again, make sure you clear your work before starting another question. So that would be second function, clear. And to get out of percent change function, go second function, quit.